Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening if you're on from the other side of the Atlantic. It is match day 32. Atalanta hosting Juve. Welcome into the dive. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you haven't already, please do. Like the video. We are streaming on multiple platforms today. We are on YouTube, both vertical and horizontal. We're on Twitch, we're on X, Instagram, pick and assist, who will also be giving us our scoreboard for this evening. So thank you very much to everyone who is joining us this afternoon for the Saturday primetime match anyways. And there's a couple things to talk about today on the pregame, which is a little bit nicer than usual. It's been a quiet few weeks, so at least things, which is expected. We're getting to the final few matches here. We're at the end of the season now. Things are getting serious. Things are starting to happen. So, I mean, first and foremost, and I'm sure we'll talk about this a bit more throughout the stream as people pop in, pop out. But we can't go further without saying that Luciano Spalletti does get his contract for another 2 seasons until 2028 at 6 million euros a season. So, that's been talked about in the media for quite a while now. It was sort of expected. And quite honestly, I'm okay with that because there are no real positive, for sure, type of options that are out there on the market that we can necessarily bank on. Spalletti has, I mean, we'll look at the table here in a second, right? There are still 8 games here. Third is even a possibility now at this point. So let's look at that now. Let's look at some of the results. Like I said, we will continue to talk about Spalletti a bit more throughout the afternoon here. But, okay, our rival, our direct competition right behind us, they do a 3-0 to Pisa. So they're keeping themselves in the conversation. Now, just ahead of us, not just ahead of us, but Milan. This game just finished not too long ago. 0-3 to Udinese. My lord. What's going on in Milan? They're at home. That's not a very good look, and I haven't gone on X yet. There's a few Milan accounts that I do pay attention to that they're somehow forced onto my feed, so I'm kind of forced to pay attention to. I'm not expecting too many good things. The past week has not been good as it was. Bad luck for Allegri, bad luck for Milan as a whole. Ravindra saying, hey, super happy with the Spalletti renewal news. This gives us a plan to focus for long term now. Yeah, absolutely. It gives us some level of focus, right? Some longer term. Yeah, so solidarity. Yeah, so let's jump into the table here. Table, come on. All right. So Como as well, we should mention tomorrow they play against Inter. Now, Inter has not beat a big team this year. I'm not counting the farce, which was the Inter-Juve match, the last one. That was bullshit. We all know it. Everyone knows it. They can't beat big teams, and like it or not, Como is the big team right now. That being said, it's not going to be a gimme. We still need to win tonight's game. But hypothetically now, I mean, if Como wins tomorrow too, this third place situation is, well, if Como win within 2, Juventus within 3 if we win, right? So that's getting pretty spicy. Pretty spicy. And if Napoli drop a couple, I mean, second, Inter, okay, we're not even going to talk about their. Now, if Inter slip and Napoli don't, okay, there's conversation there. But this is to say the last few weeks here are going to be interesting. There's going to give us a lot to talk about, a lot to look forward to as well. So, one game at a time, we got to focus on tonight. So let's do that. Let's focus now in the Atalanta Juventus fixture here. Funny enough, yeah, I do. I think I have my Atlanta mug and I'm going to talk about Atalanta. So we'll see how that one goes tonight. All right, need Como to slip up again. Feels weird to say I want Inter to win in this match, but good thing is Como has always struggled against Inter. Need to win today at all costs, though. Yeah, we got to focus on ourselves. Because at the very least, we can't slip out of the Europa League, right? If we, okay, Como's ahead. If they keep shit together, balls in their court, right? We have to, at the very least, get into the Europa League. Conference League is almost just a waste of a midweek game for Juve, I feel. And just the monetary aspect of it all, right? So, again, one game at a time. Atalanta Juve. Match insight. Atalanta outscored Juve 8-1 their last 3 competitive meetings. That includes the 3-0 at the Coppa Italia as well. So that's not good. We have struggled against Atalanta recently. Yes, I am drinking black coffee. This is what I do. I drink the black coffee. Okay, where are we? This is where I want to start off with, as usual. So, weather forecast 16 degrees, partly cloudy. So actually 10 degrees cooler than last weekend. Fabio Maresca is the ref. Now, I feel like the reffing lately has been better than it has been. We had Davide fucking Massa last weekend, and it was okay. And he is the absolute worst. Fabio Maresca, maybe the second worst. We'll see. But I never like seeing this name in particular. Right? He's up there. He's up there on my list of shitty referees. Here's what it is. It's to the point where we talk about it in our pregame every week, just to see who the ref is. That's how bad it has been. So, worth mentioning at the very least. All right, they got the head-to-head or top scorers, Kristovic and Yildiz. Yildiz went home early from training, or stopped his training early yesterday. Some discomfort in his knee. Apparently, he's okay. Cautionary. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But a bit of a concern. Get into the lineup. The lineup's going to give us something to talk about. We'll start with the home team, of course. Karnaseki in net for the 3-4-2-1. Calvini, Trim City, Kolasinac. Your back 3 is Apacosta, Dorun, Iderson, and Bernasconi in the midfield. Up top, you have De Cataler, Deluski, and Kristovic. So a decent lineup there, as usual for Atalanta. Can listen, we can beat these guys. We can absolutely beat these guys. But we have to be on our game. We have to capitalize. We can't make those silly mistakes. And we got to break this bad streak we've had recently against Atalanta. I actually looked at that head-to-head recently. 3-0 loss, tie. Okay, 2-1 win, 4-0 loss, 1-1 tie. When we're winning, it's not by much. And we tie a lot. And these just are not for sure games, essentially. These are never for sure games against Atalanta. Away from home, that has sometimes been to our benefit this year. So, yeah, I'm very. It's one of those. It's going to be one of those afternoons. I feel. I personally don't have the confidence. I hope the players do. And let's look at that lineup that we are going to have tonight. So in net, Di Gregorio gets the nod. So Perina is apparently healthy, but Di Gregorio does get the nod there. Interesting how now with Perine coming off last game at the half, Di Gregorio coming in with that big penalty save and the follow-up save. And now he's starting, right? So healthy competition. At least we have 2 goalkeepers that are reasonable number 1. Okay, back 3, you got Kelly Bremer Kalulu. And yes, it's a back 3. This has been played around with a lot the past 24 hours, this lineup. I was looking at a 4-3-2-1 earlier. Crazy things I've been seeing. Anyways, Kelly Bremer Kalulu in the back. In the midfield, you got Cambiaso, Locatelli, Thuram, and Holm. Now, This is interesting because they're going for this wing back thing. Okay, let's just finish up the lineup, and I'll go into my thoughts here of what I think's going on. But you got Yildiz and Conceição in sort of that half space attacking midfield role, and Boga taking the number 9. Yeah, we're playing with the lineup, and Spalletti. This doesn't always work for Spalletti when we play around with things. Now, we've essentially matched up with Atalanta. I don't know if this is a matter of trying to learn lessons from last game. I want to say last time we moved into a 4-3-3 against them at some point, and then we lacked the width. So Atalanta's a width team. You gotta lock down their width and prevent that service into their attack, right? Like, their attack is decent. Zaluski, Kristovic, De Cataler. On their day, they are definitely lethal. But if you can cut that out, and to cut that out, well, one, you got to control the midfield. Now, Ederson is always going to be a tough match. You got Thuram up there. Those are going to be two big bodies trying to lock each other's down. And then you got Darun and Locatelli. It's going to be a matchup in the midfield. And then to try to lock him out wide with Holm and Cambiasso against Bernasconi and Zapkos. These are head-to-head. This is literally like the epitome of a head-to-head here, right? Even Kristovic, Boga, you're looking at more physical center forwards in this case. And a back three. Back three with wing backs, you know? Who controls the midfield? Who can break down the wings and get the service into their forwards? I mean, on paper, I want to say Juve is the better team, but not even by much, you know? So Dal's coming in. He says a 2-1 win. Jim City scoring for Atalanta, all right. Atalanta Napoli are boogie teams, yeah. Our goalkeepers are 0.5 together, they make 1. And no Lookman. Yeah, there's no Lookman here. But still, Atalanta has done well to stay competitive. Looking back in the table, too, right? Atalanta's in 7th. They're looking in. They're trying to snatch that top 6 at this point, right? They're within reach. If they win today, they both Juve and Roma within striking distance, within 4 points. So this is still important for them. Because that's what they have something to fight for. There's enough games up in the season that this is a possibility. Bologna shouldn't be too much of a threat. But honestly, 7th, 8th, who cares at that point, right? They're just trying to get into that last spot into the Conference League. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for both teams. And I expect, well, first of all, I hope Maresca lets these guys just play today and doesn't get all petty and offended. But this has got to be a hard-fought game for both teams. What will be interesting is whoever gets conceded on first, the mental reaction, right? And we know that Juve can break down mentally. Atalanta can break down mentally. You know, like, I am just so torn with the recent form of Atalanta, especially the past few games. Oh, I mean, a couple wins anyways, win, draw, and a loss. We're at win, draw, draw, so slightly better. You know, like, it's just so evenly matched, and I think still Juve have the slight advantage. Let's go with 2-1. I know it's cheap, but I'm gonna have to go with Dal here. And if we're wrong, we're gonna be wrong together. Man, I'm not settled. Just not settled. Costello's here saying hi, Forza Juve. Yildiz and Chico have a big game coming in from Dal. Yeah, these guys, and that's just it. They need big games. Our stars need big games. You know? And even the secondaries, if Thuram smashes one in. Secondary scoring, that's gonna be important today. Or just secondary service. David to be kind of useless. Well, yeah, he's on the bench. He's not going to do anything. Okay, I mean, let's look at Pinso and Radu. So Perrine actually isn't healthy. Okay, so the reports I read is false. He is not dressed. Got Gatti, Zagrova, Moretti, Kostic, Koopmeiners, Milik, Openda, and David. That's right. McKennie is suspended. Cabal picking up an injury in training, as well as Ajic running that calf injury last weekend, and Dusan Vlahovic just randomly just injured for 3 weeks. I don't know. Yes, Weston will be missed, and that is part reason I believe of why we've played around with this midfield as well. And just the lineup in general, it's definitely a determining factor there. But you still have Milik, David, Openda, Zagrova. You have attacking options. The midfield you don't have. Yeah, Moretti. Yeah, you're not going to do much in the midfield, right? Thuram and Locatelli's already up at a 6.1, and the game hasn't even started. I don't know how that works, but the game is about to start. So let's get the scoreboard ready. Let's get ready for this this nervous game. Are you guys nervous, or is it just me tonight? For those of you just joining in, thank you very much. Please remember, like, subscribe, and here we go. We have kickoff. I will just sync things up, so give me a moment as I do that. And okay, we should be synced up. Yes, we are. Okay. Let's settle in for this one then. 90 minutes. Let's go. Forza Juve. And we definitely need a win here against Atalanta. I'm not even this whole away from home thing. I'm more worried when we are at home. You know, at least the traveling fans are allowed to let loose. Mazin Seoul. You're just saying Seoul? Are you from Seoul, like Korea? Is that what we're saying here? Oh, Ederson. It's already Atalanta. Ooh, and home. Does he get that cleanly? It is clean, but a throw-in. Okay, we got the Korean in the house. Well, welcome in. We got some representation from Korea, baby. Palladino, taking a good look at him. Most successful team this year in the Champions League. And yeah, I mean, Palladino just kind of slowly moving up the ranks of Italian football. In terms of the coaching discussion, it looks like Palladino is in no rush to move on from Atalanta in the near future anyway. So going to take that option off the table. And honestly, if he was off the table already, that would raise questions as to whether he would have been the right coach. But I think his trajectory is good to be a future coach of Juve at some point. Do we have more Koreans? That definitely looks like Korean characters there. Not that I understand them, but I can tell it's Korean. What's up with Korea today, guys? Representing. Juve's trying to pinch up now, put some pressure on Atalanta. They're trying to work it up wide. So here's battle here, the midfield and the wide spots. Let's see how this plays out. Right now, Atalanta seems to be moving a little bit quicker through the field. A little more easily. It's going to be a big test for home as well. Playing on the right side now as a wing back. This is a bit new for him. I don't know if he's been trying this in training. Nice ball in, but it is a relatively easy save. That Acosta getting the shot on there. Good delivery from De Ketelaere into the box. And you're gonna have to watch out for that today, that's for sure. And again, like we need Yildiz in particular to be on today, even Conceição, but when you have a De Ketelaere who's on, it can be just as dangerous. And that is overcooked and all the way out the other end. So it's good to see that the Juve reach does make it out to Korea like that. That we have a couple joining us here today. What do you mean? Oh, you want me to subscribe to your channel? Is that what you're saying? Am I is it all in Korean? Am I gonna understand it? I don't even know what your little title thing there says. What does your name say? You gotta let me know, because otherwise you're just like Korea person. I can't read your language, your characters. I'm sorry. All right, so first 5 minutes kind of gone quickly at this time. Atalanta with the only real opportunity, and even then, nothing too threatening. But Atalanta, they, I mean, it's just similar styles so far is what I've seen. As Atalanta's pushing up on Juve's defense, trying to force them out. Long ball strategy without strikers very frustrating to watch. We look very hopeless early on here. Yeah, we've lacked any sort of gumption at the moment. Atalanta are a little bit more put together, I would say. A little bit unsure here by both teams. It is Thuram now, though. Well, we'll see if Juve can settle into anything here. It is slightly frantic. Yeah, as Yildiz gets stripped of it. Atalanta on a quick counter here. And oh, and what a let off. That was close. Wow. And by all means here, Atalanta could very well be ahead here. Kristovic just letting that wide. Not by much. Di Gregorio, I don't know. Would he have gotten this? Don't think he would have. Couple early warnings now by Atalanta. So it's time for Juve to wake up here. Oh, we got Ashley back. How's it going? Uh, Somebody's looking for a link for the game. Um, yeah. There's no links here, unfortunately. Use the Google machine, man. You know, you can't just come on like every week now. I gotta tell people you can't just come onto people's YouTube channels and ask for illegal links for streams and whatnot. Like you can get people in trouble. You gotta be more like a ninja, you know, not just out there for you to get shut down. Can't be dumb about it. Even if it's not available in your area. And oh, that goes off the post, off the free kick, headed onto the upright and out. Oh boy. I was on last weekend, Ashley. It was the international break, and I was away for work, so that's why you haven't seen me. Juve is not playing. I haven't been here. That's that. Yeah, so I mean, Juve could be down 2-0 right now, easily. So, not a great start. They just need to settle her down here, work out of their own zone, and build up a bit of confidence and momentum, and take it back to Atalanta. Now we have seen this. Juve has been bitten by this before, coming in hard first 15 minutes and nothing happens. Getting close, spending energy, and then all of a sudden things do turn. So Juve need to hang in there tight, lock her down, and get this thing moving the other direction. Just can't seem to work through the midfield. Wow. I mean, these passes are kind of getting to their destination most of the time. They're just not crisp, direct passes. And this is why they eventually turn it over in the midfield, because the game is unsettled. Atalanta is pressing in. Take just that time away from Juve right now. And Carnesecchi takes it out slow here, just trying to control the tempo of the game right now. Now, let's see if Juve can build this one out of the back instead of dumping her long. Still a lot of pressure by Atalanta as they win it back. Again in the midfield, this time out for a throw, though. And does go back to Juve. But enough by Atalanta at the very least to take anyone out of the sails for Juve. No momentum built up at all as they fail to move anything out past the midfield after the first couple minutes, really. They haven't seen the attacking zone. Right, Holm is getting closed down, but does control. Ooh, that looked a little slow of a delivery forward there, but Jim City does have to kind of scramble, puts it out of bounds. Holm is going to take the throw. Punched out by Carnesecchi. And Holm takes it right back. Nicely done. Tico. Oh my god, what did he do there? Uh-oh. Now he's down. Does he have a calf injury? They all have calf injuries. What's going on? Does it look just like a silly kind of play by Chico, but maybe he did overextend his calf? Not sure at the moment. Showing the replay of the almost goal, of course. Well, no substitution. Chico's still there. I don't know if he was just trying to save face, perhaps, after making a silly play like that. It's like, oh no, I'm hurt. I pulled a muscle. That's why I missed it. I hope. I mean, if anybody on the team will do it, it's going to be Chico. That's no real mystery. But Let's just hope it isn't anything big. And Cambiasso with a trashy pass gives it right back. Zappacosta now charging forward. The Catalaire working it out wide. Ali, oh, it's dropped back to Zappacosta, who cuts in, and Thuram just boots it. So it is a corner. Did go at the end. Taken short back to Zappacosta, who has looked pretty decent here so far. And yeah, Chico's trying to say it went off Zappacosta, but it did not. And it's another throw in. Flow of the game's just kind of slowed down here with all the throws and kicks and whatnot. Let's see if anything builds up here again. Juve's working it out, but just to the defensive Atalanta, who's going to drop it all about way back to Carnesecchi now. So 15 minutes down, the initial push unsuccessful, but nearly there for Atalanta. And it's still on the right side. Route one for Atalanta. Ooh, ball's not settling down in a good spot here. And luckily, it didn't settle down for anybody, but Yield is now on the ground, taking a bit of a hit. Back on his feet. Let's take another look. So he just avoided the tackle. As he pulled back, he went down on his knee, perhaps. That same knee may be in question. Good luck at John Elkin there. He's in the stadium. He was present for the extension of Spalletti's contract. So obviously in town, can catch the game. Draven saying hello. How's it going? Okay, is there a discussion of no? Di Gregorio still has the ball, but they're finally getting the go ahead here. There's some sort of discussion there with the referee. I think they were just looking at the challenge again, but from what I saw, there wasn't really any contact. It was just Yildiz pulling back away from the challenge and still not coming out very well with it. But Juve do have the ball now as it started up again. Cycling it all the way around the field here. Yildiz has it, so he looks good on his feet, so nothing big there. Back on the right side now, so they're really trying to stretch and open up this pitch. Atalanta doing well to take away the spaces so far. Stringing a few passes now. They are fairly negative along the back lines and just back and forth from left to right, but keeping the ball in Juve's feet as Atalanta does not get called on the foul there. I thought there was maybe a bit of follow through on that challenge, but they went back in the midfield. Zalewski to Zappacosta, wide pass, and just seen out of bounds. Cambiasso there, getting the body in the way, going for a goal kick. Well, now that Atalanta has kind of let off the gas a bit, it's time for Juve to kick it back. But so far, it's just been locked up in the midfield. Ooh, and Thuram, heavy touch, puts it back into play, but it bobbles back and around. Given away, though, back to Atalanta. Catalera here trying to work through. Guys, it's messy. Clear it out now. Cambiasso trying to work it safe. Dumps it forward, but still with Atalanta. Can't relieve the pressure. It's still working. Ooh, big block there as Kristovic goes for the shot. Doesn't work out. Still Atalanta, though. Trying to regroup. They're moving the ball around a lot quicker than Juve is when it comes to just controlling the ball through the midfield, even back with their defense. Just a bit more crisp. A little more focused. Atalanta all the way back now. Arnesecki. And I'm noticing here again, just great Serie A production here. With the yellow jerseys, even the refs, but definitely Carnesecchi's. The yellow is completely washed out. They got their colors all fucked up, their contrasts. Poor production. Boga trying to work that center forward does not get the desired result with the hold-up play as Atalanta comes back at it again. Delivery in by Kolosinic is lopped off. And home boot it back up the pitch, but just enough for Atalanta to regroup again at the defense. Dirty eye the ball that the colorblind couldn't see for weeks. Yeah, it was their winter ball there earlier. Yeah, earlier in the winter. Okay, come on. Just Atalanta kicking it around, controlling the play. Where's Deshaun? He's nursing another injury, which, funny enough, just when we thought we're getting him back for him to prove a contract, he gets injured, and apparently Juve dropped his offer down to $5 million now, so more to follow. Yeah, we'll see, because if he's out for, well, at this point, another 2 weeks, he's going to have, what, 4 or 5 games, maybe? Yeah. We'll just have to see what happens. And Atalanta knocking on the door. They can't get through it, though. Defense tight and collapsed for Juve, but Atalanta still with the ball and finally overcooked the pass, and Juve will get some respite. But halfway through the first half, and hate to say it, but Juve have shown nothing of hope to produce anything in this game so far, whereas Atalanta have knocked on the door on a few occasions now. Now we do know what happens. We can have a bad game and still get the results. Look at Milan, who against Udinese, who we dispatched fairly comfortably any given Sunday, right? But yeah, looking at the stats of that game, it looks like Milan probably should have won that one quite easily, and they got pummeled. So it could be our hope as a Juve supporter here that may be the case here for Atalanta. where no matter their efforts, they just can't put one in. Never how you want to see your team win, of course. You want to see them take it to them. But at the moment, it is still Juve, but it's very, very safe passes. And the formation, listen, Atalanta do this better. Every time Spalletti has changed up the formation, just hasn't been great. And Boga just pushed over there. I was, yeah, a little bit heavy of a push there on Kolasinac. No card. Was there a stretch pass there to Boga? Find some space. And just not enough Edison's there to take out the shot, which, would have been, I think the first one would have been something to cheer about at least, but good luck. Good luck. Stretch the play. It's something. Boga was just looking to put his foot through it, try to produce anything at this point. 25 minutes just about now. And Juve haven't done nothing. I'll double check the stats, but I'm pretty sure that is 0 shots on target. And that would be correct. 6 for Atalanta. Giving away again. I wonder if this is going to be one of those two halves, two Juves sort of situations here, where oftentimes it's the first half we don't do shit. Spalletti's got to lose his mind in the locker room, produce something, maybe some substitutions right out of the gate. We'll see if they have anything to offer here for the rest of the first half, but quite honestly, no, like at this time, I don't think Juve have anything to show. There's Kristovic and covered off by 3 defenders and out for a corner. It's Bremer's foot that gets in there. Spalletti's got a few words to say. Tell them to use their head, I think is what was going on in that one. Here's the corner now. And Kelly's up for that. Ball's bouncing around, though, with a bad shot on net, is making it ping pong. And Kristovic, pretty sure was offside there anyways, but just heads it out of bounds. Ooh, not the cleanest way to move this ball up. Boga playing as a left midfielder at the moment as he tries to recover the ball. So Thuram will dump it right to Kalulu. Juve. Just get it through the midfield, maybe? Try that first and then see what happens. Because other than that one stretch pass we just saw with Boga, here's another one. Is it making it through? It actually is not quite. Runs out of space. And I think he ran right into the advertisements. I think that's Kalulu that's down there. Yes. Oh, his arm was out as he went to brace himself. I think he'll be okay. It's probably just a bruised elbow or something. Should be okay. Right. Streamer lets me put polls in here. I'm gonna set one up for halftime. Got to try it out, right? New features. More possession for Juve. This very negative once again. Locatelli finding Cambiaso on the run on the left. Here's Yildiz. Back and forth. Cutting in and not enough. There's Chico. Tries to come in onto the left and doesn't get it. But a little spark there. Juve take the throw quick. And now, half hour mark. Do we see something? There's a bit of space, but his shooting has just not been there. But finally, a shot attempt by Juve. An attempt is what we get. Garnasecki now boot it down, and no foul there on Bremer. Bit of contact. They don't call it. Moreski is letting them play. Fulham walking into space here, and gets a corner. Anderson taking a nap. What happened with him? Gets twisted around. A bit of ankle pain, I think. Couple Atalanta players tumble on that play there. No calls at all. Corner here now. Something developing for Juve. Finally. Half hour it's taken them to work a corner. Maybe a chance. Maresca's doing a bit of talking down. They're organizing both teams. Laid off for Boga. And didn't make a pass first man, but there's Locatelli. That can't do much with it, but bring it back over to Chico on the right side. Out to Yildiz now. Walking into the box. Cutting and delivering and doesn't quite get through as Kelly heads it past the far post. Ooh, and finally, there's a little bit of light. Kelly has to work for the header. Does well enough to get something on it, but just marked up and can't get the angle. Can't put it quite on net, but the deflection means another corner that Boga takes here quickly, and again, doesn't make it past the last man. And Juve will have to collect and recover. Boga isn't very tall, so it makes sense that you throw him towards the corner, but Chico's even smaller. So I don't know. Don't know if I like Boga taking the corner so far here today. Oh, Kolasinac stepping up and stealing it up. And he's continuing the run too, but Thuram is there to stop it right in the midfield and take the win out of the sails of Atalanta. Very skillful there. Nice recovery. And Bremer now not find a deep pass. We'll go short here and try to work it up through Locatelli. Chico just brings it back to Kelly. Passing is a little bit better now by Juve. It's on the ground. It's a little more crisp, a little more focused. Sure what the the big fact of the matter there is Atalanta is starting to lose some energy and can't press, and Juve just has a bit more time to make the passing at the moment. So momentum slowly shifting towards Juve, and they just find a peak. Take a look at the net. Make Karnaseki make a save at the very least. And I like Chiro. You're calling me Pappy now as well, so I don't know what's going on, but I guess I'm Pappy now. Nice challenge by Thuram, working it. Pass though is gonna be too much. Karnaseki's really taking his time here. Did Atalanta use all the energy reserves for the first half already? Or are they just taking a little nap before they come back? Because right now, definitely looks like they've gone into a bit of game management mode. Juve do have to try to capitalize on that. They've at least woken up to the game. To give it here to Kristovic. Cambiaso puts it out for the corner. So allowing Atalanta to get the feet back under them now. Three-two in favor of Atalanta for the corners. And a big sweeping punch by Di Gregorio out the other end for a throw. Killing off a minute or two here now with all these throw-ins and kicks. Yeah, just stoppages in play. We saw this earlier where the game just slowed down a bit. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure that goes out for a goal kick as Zalewski just can't keep control of that ball. All right. And 9 minutes actually left now of the half. And yeah, just midfield. I don't know how many times you've said it this year. A little bit sloppy. And I mean, both teams again at fault. Still with Atalanta, though. We're going to see the delivery wide. No, it's still going ground route for Atalanta, which is a little bit surprising. I thought they would try to attempt a little more sweeping balls into the box, but they've done a couple, but they've been a little bit hesitant to really try to deliver and take that width advantage that they typically have. I mean, the Juve defense isn't easy to break down. They make their mistakes. That's usually where we get boned, is when we make the mistakes. But when we're put together and locked down defensively, yeah, Atalanta's going to have to start getting creative here if they want to get a goal. We did see that early on. they did make a couple nice passes getting over the defense. Trying it again here, and that is offside. That was pretty clearly offside, actually. Zappacosta taking a step or two. Oh, yeah. Good couple steps offside there. Diego's upset. He's yelling at something there in the replay. All right, Juve's pushing up the pitch here. Di Gregorio's going to take the kick. Few feet outside his box. He's yelling at them, telling them to move up. Cambiasso did drop a little bit. And the delivery doesn't really work out yet. It's still up in the air. And it's an Atalanta throw. They take it quickly, trying to move the ball up. Bit of space now. Zappacosta still with it, pushing it out to the left now. And here's the ball in. And Cambiasso's there marking De Ketelaere, who gets the header on, but pushes it far wide. Dal coming in with the scouting report saying people need to do the long shots. Atalanta is open to them. They always are. But who? Who is capable? Thuram had one long shot. It wasn't even close. Coop, maybe. I could see Coop coming on later, perhaps, giving it a go. 5 left now with the first half. And long route by Di Gregorio again. Yield is just kind of pushed off. And the ball's seen out for a throw. Yield is Chico Loca Thuram. Sure. I mean, they could, but will they? And if they do, will they get it on net? Juve has not shown much confidence in the long shot for since Pjanic, really. Like it's been a thing. Been a thing that we've lacked. Last year though, it happens. It does happen. It's possible. Just not very often. Ooh, that was maybe a light. Kolasinac is saying that home dove. It did look a little light. That did look very light. His heels were clipped, but yeah, it looked like Holm just felt the contact from behind and went over. And Bremer on the ground, having the trainer come out. This is not good. Let's see what is happening. He's sitting up. He just went down. When he's quite animated talking to the trainer. Three minutes plus. Gatti is there warming up just in case. Back up on his feet. He's getting told to go to the sidelines here to get some treatment. Juve down to 10 men here momentarily. Ooh. Yeah, that's got to be his old injury, just acting up. He's on his feet. Couple minutes to the half. I think he's going to make it to the half. We'll see what we get, though. But never want to lose Bremer. Yeah, Dal staying here because long shots are low probability. They're pretty much eradicated from the game because, yes, the game has become a lot more analytical and more about the numbers, which is funny because on one hand, I agree and I appreciate the scientific exploration of the game, but we also know that soccer is one of the worst and most chaotic sports out there in terms of trying to put hard stats to anything. So, yeah, don't know if I I necessarily agree with removing the long shot as a whole. I sometimes you just need to give her, you know? Final minute. Imagine there'll be maybe 2 added on. Boga traps this one and sees the run in. Oh, ball still loose. Bit of chaos here. Karnaseki does get back in net, and the whistle does go. Maresca's pulling this one back, and I'm not quite sure why. Karnaseki comes out. Lulu in there. It was very 50-50, but the ball bounces out from. Yeah, Kalulu got the ball. I'm calling that a good play. I don't see what the issue was. It is a goal kick though for Karnaseki at the end of it. 2 minutes added on. Atalanta. Oh, and another tight race there between Zappacosta and Di Gregorio this time. Di Gregorio does get to it. Wait safely though. Seeing if Arsenal battle the league, what is the latest standings there? Arsenal 70. Oh, they're quite, but there's, yeah, couple games in hand there for Man City, right? So, and then Man City and Arsenal play each other. So it's still kind of up in the air if Arsenal run away with it or not. But advantage to Arsenal at the moment. Oh, you say bottle. If they bottle the league, what a joyful year. But if they bottle it, it would be to Man City. So what? I guess it's which evil you prefer in this case. It would be quite the feat if Arsenal bottle it at this point. I know it is obviously still possible, but let's look at that. So 61 points with Man City, 2 games in hand. So that's ostensibly 67. And then they play Arsenal and they would be tied. Yes. So I mean, yeah, it's very much possible. But Man City have to produce and they have more games to play in that time frame as well, right? So Lewski corner, not out clear. And Kristovic puts it wide after all of that. And a lot of people will argue your points there, I think, to Man City. Some people would say that Pep Guardiola has destroyed the modern game. Yeah, there's the UCL. So, I mean, it's a toss-up still. Very true. That's the half, though, guys. Tied at 0. Let's try this pool. Try this pool. Nice simple one. 3/8. Okay. I don't know how this poll actually works, if it just comes up on YouTube or not, because I'm doing it through StreamYard. Let's take a look. But for everyone who is joining in now for the half, see, sorry. Oh, you just type 1 or 2 in the chat. That's how that works. Okay, so it works across all platforms. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, yeah. Do we see a different Juve in the second half, as we have seen many times this season, where they come out completely stale and dead in the first 45, and all of a sudden the second half we see the Juve that we know and love. So yeah, 1 for yes, we will see different Juve, 2 for no. This is the first time I'm testing this feature through SteamYard, so please get in there. Let's see how it works. Saying Arsenal from a quadruple to a double in a week, and if they pull an Inter, come out with a 0. Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's forget about the EPL for a minute anyways. Let's look at the half game stuff, or the halftime stuff here. Juve Atalanta, and getting that poll. Of course, if you're just joining us in for the halftime show, please remember to like, subscribe, follow, share, whichever platform you were on, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, Assist. Get us everywhere. All the links are down in the description. All right. So, a whole lot of orange here for both teams, as you would expect in a 0-0 game. No one player has really stood out to me. Kristovic, I guess. Yeah, Kristovic has had a couple decent looks so far for Atalanta. De Ketelaere has been there a couple of times. Kolasinac has been decent as well. As for Juve, excuse me, I don't know. Even though they're showing 2-7-1s here for Locatelli and Kelly. I mean, Kelly's been doing well defensively. Locatelli, let's look at the stats. Search and pass, 29 for 33, 41 touches, 1 for 1 dribbles, 4 for 7 long ball, 3 for 4 ground duels, 1 for 2 aerial duels. So yeah, defensively speaking, Kelly as well. 34 for 36 on the pass, 2 for 3 long balls with 44 touches, 2 tackles, 1 block. Ground duels are 2 for 2. Aerials are 4 for 4. So yeah, just kind of locking her down defensively. And Scalvini getting the 7-3 there for Atalanta. 17 for 21 on the passing. Let's see what else he's got. 1 for 1 on the ground duels, 1 for 1 on the aerial duels. Why is he the highest rated player? I don't really get it. Whatever. Okay, sure. Galvini, best player according to FotMob. I don't see it. I will give it to Kristovic at the moment. Weston is so important. Yeah, well, not today, man. Not today. He is suspended for picking up too many yellows. But, you know, he deserves a break once in a while as well, right? He'll come back well rested for next week. Speaking of which, who do we even play? Let's look at next week. Let's look ahead right now. Want to see. We will play. Where are we? Bologna next Sunday, primetime 2:45. And then the week after is the big Milan game, and then after that, it's pretty. Well, we just got to see the rest of the season out at that point, right? So again, 1 week at a time. That's why I don't know who we're playing next week, because I literally just take it 1 week at a time. Don't want to get ahead of myself. A commentary. No, where are we? I want to look at the momentum. Here we are, the momentum. Yeah, so sort of as suspected here, where it has been mostly Atalanta, especially in the first part up here until the 25th minute. And then as suspected about the half hour mark, 29 to 35 minutes, we kind of did something with it. Yeah. It has not been a good half. However, we came out ahead on the possession. I'm surprised. 56% possession for Juve. XG 0.79 to 3.3. 10 to 3 for shots. I'm doing Atalanta first, by the way. Here's the home team. Shots 10 to 3. I mean, that's the big outlier right there. But still, 10 shots and XG of 0.79 is not great. Passings 166 for 82, also not great, to 220 to 80 for 84%. Considering how safe we played a lot of these passes, that is not a reassuring stat at the moment. Fouls 2 to 2, corners 4 to 2. So the stats are relatively similar, a slight edge, at least in the shots for Atalanta. But I guess the stats aren't really lying in the fact that it's a 0-0 game. I would have thought early on. Yeah, Scalvini, that's the one on the 9th minute off the post. And then the Zappacosta one as well. The save, those were pretty big. Look at all these. There was a couple that just... Where's the one that just whizzed by? Was it that one? That was actually farther out than I thought. All right. That's why the XG is lower than I thought it would have been. So, yeah. Sometimes the TV tricks you. The angles make it look like it's closer than it actually is. And maybe there really were only a couple little attempts there that Atalanta had this half that were legitimate. Anthony saying that half was a perfect summation of our season so far. Frustrating tougher session that leaves us in limbo with a glimmer of hope. But do we see a different Juve in the second half? Get in the poll. You just got to type 1 or 2. 1 for yes for a different Juve in the second half. 2 for no. More of the same. But again, Weston is not here. Do we see a change up at halftime? Do we need... Okay. A formation? I don't know. Is it working? I don't really think so. What could we do here? I mean, fuck, the whole striker situation is frustrating. Who do you put in? Boga hasn't been doing it. Was it Dal Anthony who said it very early on? And not having an actual number 9 up there with the long ball just does not work. And it has not this game whatsoever. Boga is not a hold-up player. He was released at one time. Kalulu was released a couple times as well with the through ball, and he's able to get down and low and quick through the defense to get those balls, but he can't play the long ball hold-up. I mean, I hate to say it, but David probably would have done better this half with the style that we've been playing. He's just a bit bigger, a bit more physical. A bit, I'm not saying it would change anything. Ideally, you would want Vlahovic. And then there's Milik. Which, I mean, well, how do you even talk about Milik? You saw him a couple games ago for a few minutes. And then nothing. I just don't know if he's even alive right now. Is he taking another one of those eternal naps? but potentially Milik could open up this game. Now, I do not think he's able to put 45 in, and he'd have to come in a lot later, 70, 75 minutes or something. Which brings me back to David. I think you might have to. Anthony's saying we're suffocated in the midfield, which is causing us to bypass with the long ball. We're far too stretched out, and Atalanta are pressing us to death. I'd say add Coop or Moretti into the mix and hook home. I think that goes to the formation. And we saw Atalanta drop off. So they pressed a lot earlier on, and they ran out of steam. They should have been ahead, and it didn't work out. It's just Juve never really came back at them. And, I mean, Locatelli, Thuram should be able to handle the midfield. I think when we do the 1-2 instead of the 2-1 up top, you have that link up. Now, I get you do not have your pseudo number 10 of Weston McKennie. But do you put Yildiz in that slot there? You put Boga out wide? False 9 it? You're still missing a shit ton of physicality. Do you just go to a 3-5-2? They hook home. Home hasn't been horrible, though, either. It hasn't been any better, any worse than Cambiasso, for the matter. What could we do with these guys? Who do we have? Zagrova, we're not sure. Yeah, I mean, Moretti and Coop are going to be the two big names. So you take out Chico and put in Moretti and just slot Moretti down the center and do a Boga Yildiz at a 3-5-2. Gives you slightly more width to kind of push out past Atalanta. Because the other option is you put Jonathan David up there and hope he does a better job than Boga. Saying losing McKennie to suspension cost Belletti to mirror Atalanta's formation. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's going on. If West is that crucial and Atalanta that formidable, bad read by Baldman, in my opinion, feels like the game in Naples. Yeah, well, because we did the whole change the formation. I don't think you have the players with enough IQ to just change formation 1 week to the next like that. Not with who we have. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to do one of my boomer breaks here. So I'll be like a minute or so. Get back here before the half starts, guys. The poll is still up. You just have to do one or two. Please do not leave me. It is a quick interlude as I relieve myself. I'll be. All right, sorry about that. We are just lining up here for the start of the second half, so I did make it back just in time. So let's get the scoreboard ready to go. And thank you everyone for joining in for the halftime show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let's get this one going for the second half. Not tracking any changes at the moment either. Don't know if I missed anything with my quick interlude here, but try to pay attention and see if there's any changes, and I'll have to resync here for the second half. Okay, we're synced back up. Yeah, Anthony wants us to go back to our norms. I agree. Not working out. Gotta go to what we know. Atalanta with the press early on, it looks like. They've recovered some of their energy. Let's see how long they last now. And if Juve can sustain what I imagine is going to be another 15 minutes of Atalanta coming at them. Maresca so far hasn't made any egregious decisions, though, so that's good to see. Still has 44 minutes here to fuck it up, so let's hope for the best. Trying to track the Fop Mob on the side, see if there is any changes information according to the game sheet, but do not believe there is. No. More of the same, guys. More of the same. Ooh, drops. Okay. Doesn't drop well to Yildiz. What do you mean, Anthony? Interesting development here. With regards to what? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's no development so far. Deco just holding it on the right. Oh, now Chico and ooh, this must be the interesting development because Kalulu. Are they gonna take a look at that? And did what? Boga just put that in. It's just out of an errant ball, it drops to Boga's feet. I wasn't thinking anything of it, and it's all of a sudden in the back of the net. I'm here concerned that there was a potential red card on the play, or at least a penalty kick. But who gives a fuck about that? Because it's in the back of the net, anyways. Oh man! And Boga gets another. Best $4.8 million we're gonna spend. So good start here in the first half. So here we go. It's Chico cutting in, dumping it forward. So that was Boga, sorry, that went down initially. He does get back on side. Boom, dumps it forward. Oh, it just goes off Scalvini's thigh. He cannot control it. Scalvini done fucks that one up, and Boga just puts a foot on it. And just enough. That wasn't even a good shot, really, as Karnaseki's coming out, scrambling to make himself big. Boga just, loops it around. And it's good. It's good. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? It's in. Boga and Kolomowani, what's the difference? Goal production and cost. There's a big difference, isn't there? I don't know why people are losing their mind over Colo. I get he wants to play for us. I don't hate the man. He's whatever, he's all right, but right now Boga's the best piece of business that this current administration has done. So this definitely changes the dynamic of the game. Juve, I mean, just working it's a sloppy, it's an ugly goal, but that's exactly what you need in a game like this, against a team like this. And once again, just proven, and I know he's only 22. Oh, hold up. Boga! Boga, does he get there? He doesn't. Karnaseki, and I mean, credit to Karnaseki, probably one of the best keepers in the country. Um, Doing well consistently tonight to challenge out for the ball. Yeah, away from home against a bit of a duck of a team, at least against Juve here. A team that's looking to charge up the standings, and yeah, just getting the ugly one. But here's Atalanta now. They're gonna have to stretch it out. They're gonna have to use the energy to bring it back, which we saw is very finite in the first half. It lasted about half an hour, and I don't expect it to last much longer than that for them in the second half. Big stretch pass there. Can't quite get the penetration there as Atalanta are still looking. Kept out to the fringes. Good challenge by Kelly once again, playing it out wide. But Atalanta trying to dump it forward. Oh, don't fuck it. You fucked it up, man. You got to go at the halftime. Yeah, rewind it, man. Take a look. Murderesca is a little bit heated, having some words here with yeah, with Atalanta there. That push on home. He goes down fairly easy, but definite push there. Started playing chess. Why did you fucking start? What are you doing with your life? You're playing chess. You trade one slow, boring game for another. Come on. Zaluski, oh, just a push by Bremer from behind, and he's upset with the non-call. But that's the difference between a good defender and bad defender. Is that Bremer a little shove up high, cross arm, just enough to push him off, not to take him down. You're elite at chess. Like, do you have like a ribbon or an award or something there? Is that Chico going down again? That's gonna frustrate. I feel now that Juve are starting to play mind games with Atalanta. I never really enjoyed this part of the game. Yeah, and they kick it out. Stoppage of play here for the proposed injury. It is Chico holding his foot, and let's look at the replay. He tries to cut. Uh, I mean, there was contact. Uh, yeah, there's a. It's nothing serious. As he hobbles off the pitch now. You're like a minute and okay, let me refresh my stream. Let's see if I can get ahead a little bit more. Because Raspadori, I see, has come on. 55. Yeah, I did jump up a couple minutes. Fubo doing it again. Okay, 55 and a half. All right. I regained a minute and a half or so. Thank you, Fubo, for completely screwing it up at halftime. Raspadori does come on for Zalewski, and here's a corner. Not clean by Di Gregorio, but not clean by Raspadori either. He's battling it out wide now, and Boga forces the corner. But yeah, I mean, Raspadori, one of those guys that does well against us. See what he can give Atalanta tonight, but they needed a burst of energy there. And diving save by Di Gregorio off the corner, header to the far post, and Di Gregorio almost in slow motion just throws his body and it like floats down to the ground to stop the ball. I was almost a grandmaster in one competitions. Okay. Well, almost. Like what's almost? What would you have had to do to become a grandmaster? I'm not a big chess guy. This is I mean, I know more about chess than I do about cricket, I suppose, but like I know how to play chess, but I never decided to ever get good at it or even play it casually. It's just one of those things I played as a kid, to be quite honest. Raspadori putting it up in the center of the box, and Bremer's there. And a whistle. Offside is the call. Bernasconi. And looking at the dive again. That's another huge save from Di Gregorio, honestly. Yeah, Jonathan David for Yildiz. But yes, he clearly wasn't 100%, right? With what we saw there in training, going off early in training as a precaution. Yeah, Yildiz must have a little nagging injury going on there. So to be fair as well, didn't do well. Maybe he didn't do well because of his injury. I can't be upset with that. With the options that we have, sure. I mean, sure. Also, Dal, you're saying if you were a woman, why is the score lower for woman? It's not a physical thing. Are they saying that women are dumber than men, essentially? Like women suck more at chess because they're a woman? Like I don't understand that. I can't see chess as just being one of those things that you have a disadvantage of if you're a woman. Raspadori just swinging at it. They're shittier at chess. But why are they shitty? Is there a reason why they're shittier at chess? I feel like that should be a short or something to explain it. Like I can understand if it's something like weightlifting, like that's a pretty obvious one, but I don't know. Maybe I'm too dumb when it comes to chess at the very least. I did watch that Bobby Fischer movie from the 90s. Does that count? Searching for Bobby Fischer, I think it's called. I mean, you live in England, right? That's pretty easy to change your pronoun, though, isn't it? Like, just go to City Hall or something, sign form. Oh, Bobby Fischer, like that. There's I guess the technique. You use a Bobby Fischer technique to start your games. Like, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm talking about. There you go. Well, yeah, be fluid with it. If you're fluid, what you need 2400 then? Split the difference. I don't know. I'm just making shit up now. David there, battling for it. Still with it. See, and that just extra little bit of physicality up the center does help. Loca swings it to Thuram. And oh, Cambiaso just can't get a finish there. You go to the gym, you're a dude. In chess, you're a chick. There might have been a bit of a handball on Cambiaso though. Anyways, and is that what they're looking at for possession? No, they're giving the throw in here to home. His arm was tucked. It was a bit of a deflection, so I don't think they're calling a handball by any means. So a 1-0 lead for Juve, and honestly, I want to say the momentum shifted slightly for Juve here. Just Atalanta slightly rattled. Can they settle things down? Can Raspadori maybe put a spark? Bovini stepping up. Raspadori again and attempts the long shot, puts it over. Decent look. Decent look. But Raspadori kind of just running all over the pitch right now, trying to make something happen. I want to say the best Atalanta player since he's come on. And he's going to be the one taking the corner. Di Gregorio doesn't get a clean punch, but clearly kicked downfield. Chico's there. He's got some space, but fails to control clearly. David, Chico. Back to David, and it's too heavy of a touch. Too heavy of a touch. Yeah, it starts to look good, those plays, but Juve just lacks, as usual, the finish on those sort of situations. We should just be an ugly goal team. It works out for us. Oh, not very safe there by Cambiaso as he brings it back to Di Gregorio. At least he was on the ball. And Zappacosta getting a little too involved on Cambiaso turns over the ball back to Juve. And there wasn't much. Dare I say that Juve is going down easy on contact from behind tonight? Yeah, Palladino's having a discussion with the sideline officials there. So it's a bit of the dark arts happening right now for Juve. Again, you know I don't like this shit. I just want the boys to play. And Maresca is the kind of ref that would let these shitty little plays go. David again fighting for it. He's just adding a little more chaos, a little more unpredictability for the back line, which later in the game is, could be a bit of an X factor. This time, no, Cambiaso again on Zappacosta getting pushed from behind. And Zappacosta once again protesting, saying this is the second time. De Catalaire is getting the yellow for protesting now. So Juve definitely getting into the heads of Atalanta. And it's starting to fall apart for them. Darun, as the captain, is now having some words with Maresca. He's obviously the one that's allowed to. And to be fair, I mean, Atalanta's got to see that it wasn't an egregious call. Like, yeah, there was contact. It was from behind. Cambiaso went down. But Clearly, the protest is not. It's Maresca, right? You got to know who you're dealing with. A little bit of lack of professionalism here, perhaps by Atalanta, in the favor now of Juve, who just has to kind of keep this going, keep it frustrating. Honestly, you don't have to be cheap and practice the dark arts, but just play a tough, gritty game. They're already frustrated at this point, right? As long as you don't make it easy, keep them rattled. Now, then you take the crowd out of it a little bit. There's already jeering from the crowd as well, so they're not happy. Perfect situation, honestly, for Juve at the moment. Home being too strong. Holmes the strong one. Thuram. Oh, oh man! You just had to hit the net, bro. That would have finished it. How does Home overpower Kolasinac? I think that's the most impressive thing there. He just overpowers Kolasinac. And this perfect pass to Thuram, but Thuram. Man, I didn't think Holm would be able to just. I mean, Kolasinac is huge. Let's see. He's player profile. Get the numbers. 183 centimeters. Doesn't say his weight though. Excuse me. Boga. Out wide to Chico. Stretching the play. Chico takes the shot. It bounces back out. And Atalanta find a route away. They're locked in. There's a whistle on the play. Maresca's searching his pocket. And they cut back to the dugout. What do we got here? All right, back to Maresca. The yellow card is out. It's Thuram that gets it. Okay, I'm not sure what the call was precisely there. Oh, good block, and it's back in a dangerous spot here for Juve. But Locatelli went wide for some reason with it and set up the center. Interesting. Interesting decision. Oh, Kristovic getting forward, a quick through ball up the pitch. Catalera can't find space himself. They win a corner out of it. Gatti getting ready. You're also seeing Paslic and Skamaka and Ahanord. So a triple change coming up for Atalanta. Slide tackle by Locatelli. I don't know if that was necessary. It's another corner though. Yeah, Atalanta bringing heat off the bench. Yeah, clearly they're going in hard for the last 20. Hoop, as suspected, and he's coming off for home. No, it's Gatti coming off for home. Let's see if these are one-for-one exchanges. If we get a formation change, what's going to happen? But for now, it's home and Gatti. We see Coop lining up. I'm going to assume that's for Thuram. Or was it? Still haven't seen. Who was that for? Coop is finally coming on. What was the skin? The yield is. Yeah, Thuram. Okay, it was Thuram that came off. 20 minutes. A little bit risky looking. Raspa throws it back in. Oh, Scalvini swinging at it. Ooh, And Ederson goes down. That's not a whistle. How is that a whistle? If you go body to body with Chico when you go down, I mean, but this is Maresca. Maresca, yeah, I mean, yeah, there was a bit of a shoulder. Yeah, I suppose. Still a bitch if you go down off a hit from Chico. Yes, so Kolasinac is finally coming off for Hanor. Kolasinac has a good game, but they're just looking for some fresh legs, some speed up top there now, Atalanta. Trying to get through the defense. Starting to run out of time here, starting to get desperate. The second half is kind of falling apart for Atalanta, and Juve haven't necessarily really improved on much here. They've just got the ugly goal and have been able to control kind of just the momentum, the psychology of the game more so. Atalanta is gonna try to regroup. They're taking it slow right now. After all these changes, it's gonna take a few moments for everyone to settle in again. It's gonna be a matter of who can just turn it on right away here for both teams. Oh, that's a heavy, heavy tug. That's a yellow card for Cambiaso. That was a little unnecessary. Yeah, you got to be careful. Like the Catalar is quicker than you, but you got to be smarter than that, man. Catalar's found another gear so far here late in the half, and Atalanta can't get through trying up the center. Locatelli pushed down from behind by Scamacca. He looks a little pained, but let's just say he's wasting some time. This is definitely turning into a dark arts game for Juve here. They're trying to Corto Muso this one, it feels like. It's almost as if Allegri, prime Allegri, is coming at this one. Still would love to get a second here. David getting some delivery. Oh, my camera just shot the bed. All right. And that's out for a goal kick. All right, camera. What's your deal? What are you doing? Here we go. We're back online. Nothing a quick restart won't fix, right? 15 minutes now. That's not going to be a call. That was shoulder to shoulder. Atalanta now with a bit of space. Can they find anything out of it? Catalar. Ooh, and Locatelli on the run back gets in the way of the pass. Game starting to turn the other way now. And my camera is getting blocked out. Come on, buddy. Keep it in there. Hold it together. You got 15 minutes. All right, back for now. I'll be honest with the throw. The other thing, McKennie, too, that you miss not having him is just his massive throw-ins. Of course, his relentlessness. Bremer this time with a little shove from behind. And Skamaka just turns it over. No card this time. Anthony's saying Locatelli having another solid ass game. Other than Boga with the goal at an 8 currently, Locatelli's at a 7.4 is the second highest on the pitch at the moment. So definitely, at least on the defensive end, the passing side of things, setting the tempo. Yeah, he's certainly been the man tonight. A couple good defensive actions. But Atalanta starting to look maybe, no, and it's turned around. Tico actually getting back up on his feet that time. Boga, I've liked him now as well. He is more of a wide player anyways. He's not a center forward. He does a lot more work. He's a lot more effective out wide. Letting David take the central role. Juve slowing the game down a bit. Have to be careful, though, not to get caught out with it. Gatti booting it down. Can't find David with it. Jim City just doing a better job aerially, as you could expect. Catalar losing Cambiasso again. He's got to be careful. Centering it to Zappacosta, who once again cannot find the target in a frustrating night. Come close on a couple occasions here. He just kind of one-timed it, covered, tried to make something of it. The second goal, Dal, yes, the second goal. Do you not remember the Cortelmuso days? So Moretti is now coming on for Pico. I can't see him playing as a winger, so do we get the 3-5-2? Is this Filip Kostic? Let's see who it is. It is Cambiasso. On the yellow, losing his man against the Catalar. Now, Kostic is certainly slower, but he is a lot fresher for 11 minutes on the clock. A lot more physical as well. Can he stop the Catalar on that flank? But yeah, Cambiasso definitely lost his edge there towards the end as he tired out. Lord Milik. Well, no more substitutions for Juve. There is one left for Atalanta. Trying to make something of it now. Zappacosta centering it, and Moretti's there. Okay, don't play it cute now, boys. No, they're playing it cute. Not liking this. Giving them a chance. And there's a big deflection off Gatti, and it's going to a corner because Moretti decided to make some cute passes up the pitch instead of kicking it the fuck out of danger. Cambiasso is still walking around the pitch. He's at the corner right now. Bit of a limp. Just getting in the way a bit. Yeah, he's told to retake it. Obviously, what Cambiasso did, but I think Mernesca saw that. He just kind of stopped at the corner there, getting in his head a little bit. Game's not over for him, clearly, until he's back in the dugout. David coming out defensively, charging up the field. No call. He's saying he was held back. Get up on your feet, buddy. Let's go. You don't get the call. You don't got it. Don't look like there was much anyways. Hostage there gets in the way of Zappacosta. David. Oop. Trying to control through the midfield here. Kostic now. Loka. Slowly working up the pitch. Gatti's walking up. He's got Kalulu on the right. Sees him as he walks further up, trying to play attack. I think you're trying to defend the game right now. But Gatti. Over top now for David. Down in the right corner. Finding Moretti. Trying to walk through. He keeps on his feet. Still up. Kalulu throws it forward. Here's Locatelli, but his space takes the shot and finds nothing. Oh, our midfielders have to work on their shooting, man. Had so much time to tee that up and just cuts it. Gotta make the keeper work. So this game will continue to be edge of your seat kind of material here, as we have 7.5 minutes to go. Few minutes for stoppage time. I don't think there's going to be a ton of it though. Yeah. I mean, everyone could work on their shooting, I suppose, Anthony, not just the midfielders. Oh, David being cute with that. Stop being cute, damn it. And now Moretti's getting a foul there for the tackle. Ah, what do you know? It's Peterson down again. No, he got the ball. I don't know. I don't know if that was a clear foul or not. Not from that angle. Kostic. Is he getting a foul for that one? The Cataler goes down. It will be a free kick. Ah, he does get the yellow. Let's see. De Cataler has been quite dangerous deep into this game. He still has the legs. Yeah, smart play. He just heads it forward. And Kostic, not even really intentional, just kind of falls forward and takes him out. So it's going to be right at the side of the box here. Dangerous position. More defense. Falls up, and it's leaking out the other side. And I believe it's going for a corner again as Bremer takes the touch. Raspadori will take it. 5 minutes to go. It leaks past Zappacosta, so safe for now. Still with Atalanta for the moment. Not anymore. And they can't find Boga. It goes back for a throw-in. Yeah, you're going to have to go back like 20 feet there, buddy. Bellanova is coming on for Zappacosta. Zappacosta definitely had nothing left in the tank either. His rating actually dropped throughout. Just couldn't get away with one today. So all substitutions are done for the day with just over 4 minutes now. Here's De Ketelaar pushing it forward. Oh, they're calling a handball. I'm pretty sure he was tucked. I don't know. I mean, that happened quick. I certainly need to look at this. Oh, that is not a handball. They cannot call that a handball. No way. There's no way that if they call it a handball, like that's no, it's going straight to the corner. Okay. Fuck. Not over though. Still some defending. Still 3.5 minutes. Oh my god. Gotti's there to head it out for another corner. And was it 13-2 now on the corners? It's stacking up. Ooh. This is more and more to the Cortomuso lifestyle. Raspa. Oh, just over the bar. And Atalanta are denied once again by inches. God, Maka, the one to head that just over. Bremer doing enough, just enough. More corners than I don't know the Wire. What's the reference there? More corners than is seen from the Wire. I wish I got that reference. I'm not a huge police drama guy. I heard it's good though. I just don't just sit down and watch TV though. This is not my thing. I'll sit down and watch live sports. I have a hard time sitting down for television. A good like 2.5 hour movie, sure, but I want to be done with it. Oh, Dal, you said you don't get the reference either, and you have watched it. So Anthony, you got some explaining to do, man. Oga at 10.5 kilometers. See, if Weston was here, he'd be over 11. 90 seconds, guys. Ooh, Raspa can't find a route. Pushed up forward. David on the run and pushed out by Jim City there. Jim City wearing the captain's band now after the substitutions. 1 minute. And Thuram doesn't even look like a bargain compared to the Boga deal now. You know, like even Barksdale wants his corners. I mean, I still don't get it. I don't know if Dal's getting the reference now. Seconds before the added time now. Let's see. We have not had like I'm kind of enjoying it because this isn't something we see every week. We don't have Allegri ball every week, but this definitely feels like it. And I guess I'm a little nostalgic about it. Nostalgic. 6 minutes added. I feel like that's a bit much. Oh, the corners to sell drugs because he was the main villain. 6 minutes. What the fuck's this Fabregas League nonsense? Oh man. Yeah, it seems like a lot. I would have said maximum 5. There was a few stoppages, I guess, maybe with when Juve did go down easy a few times to stop the play. 6 seems heavy. If it was anything more than that, it would be egregious. Max 4, and that's if you're the mayor of Bergamo. I mean, there has been a few stoppages. Again, I don't think it's egregious, but yeah, on the heavy side. 90 seconds of them are done. This gotta hold out now. The question is how much does Atalanta have left in the tank here? Even their substitutions, they've definitely put in a work rate since they've come on. They've depleted their reserves. Loca just booted it across the pitch. Few seconds off the clock, regardless. 4 to go. Buck clenching time for the shareholders. Are you a shareholder too, Anthony? I know Sal is, but Sal like works the business, stock markets, whatnot. Oh, Scalvini. Oh, big rebound. Igor Gregorio gets the first save. It's pushed out to the midfield for the moment, still with Atalanta. Hey, you're not a shareholder. Yeah, I don't work the stock market myself. I mean, other than whatever DICs, funds, whatever nonsense. I certainly don't day trade. That's way too stressful. I don't need that in my life. Oh, Dal's a shareholder. All right. So we do have a couple. Got the Lara crossing in. And of course, my camera bit in the bed again. I don't think it's my camera. I think it's like the USB device. Just like losing connection. You're a card collector, which is much more idiotic. Yeah, probably. Talk about like Pokemon. You one of those like Pokemon nerds, or what are we talking about? I know. I mean, as a kid, I did the cards, I suppose. Oh, John Elkin looks nervous. Okay, the soccer cards. I've never even seen those sold. I'm sure, like in Toronto, you go to the Italian cafe or something, they must have them. Is that where you get them, or I guess you can order stuff in on the internet? But it's not something you go to Walmart for. Like you'd have to go to a specific spot, I imagine, at least in Canada, to get a pack of soccer cards. $90. You get them at Walmart, eh? Shit, okay. Maybe though, because what is it like the Woodbridge Walmart? Is there one? I don't even know if there's one in Woodbridge. Um, I'm pretty sure my Walmart ones. I don't know. I gotta look now. I'm interested. Final minutes. Boop. Probably professional foul just taken down to Kettler. Yeah, card stores and internet. But again, like I don't know if the card stores out here would sell that, like out in the boonies. But again, I just never paid attention because I'm not a card collector, so I haven't like specifically looked for stuff. Ooh, Locatelli there defensively. 30 seconds now. Come on, just kick it, Kostic. Just boot it. There you go to Boga. Just boot it, guys. Just boot it. Seconds. We got second. And Solio. off the seat. Cambiasso on the touchline as well. There's the whistle. Jesus, Ricardo Musso the shit out of this one, guys. Oh my lord. Oh my. Yeah, it was a nervous one, wasn't it? But Jeremy Boga, game winner, 1-0. Fuck yeah. That was such a shit house. It might as well be in the bathroom at the studio. What a win. Yeah, finally. Now Inter do us a favor. That's the crazy thing. Like, we're asking Inter to do us a favor at this point. They have the league. You know, they have the league at this point. Okay. I mean, it's a win. It's a win. I'm gonna take it. All right, let's get some things sorted out here. Gotta download my clip in the background to get that ready for later. And we'll get some Pop Mob. We'll post game this bad boy. Look at the numbers. So first off, let's look at the table. Provisionally in fourth. Even a tie, honestly. Even a tie with Inter tomorrow. Because here's the thing. I still want Inter to not like beat any big teams except that bullshit win against Juve. It's tight. It's tight. Importantly as well is 3 points off Milan. Napoli, okay, you still need to play 2. I mean, you play Parma, so let's assume you're still a little bit out of touch there, right? Yeah, if Napoli win tomorrow, they Inter draw, they're at 73. That's 5 points. That keeps things interesting at least. And it keeps us in fourth and keeps us in the driver's seat. So that's what, fuck, or just let them lose completely. I don't really care at the end of the day. But I think just from a neutral perspective, Inter tie with Como, Napoli win. Oh, if Napoli... I'm just gonna, I don't even want to speculate. Let's just let the world play out as it will. So here we go. Momentum. It was mostly Como throughout, with a couple of the spikes here for Juve. I mean, we did not play a great game. It was trash ball. It was Cortomuso. Anthony's saying Inter might as well win. Their Scudetto was written, on the Moses Stones already. And Napoli winning it doesn't make me any happier, really. Hate them almost as much. No. Almost, I think. Almost as much. Okay, so Como ends up getting the possession swing there at the end of the day, 55% to 45. Let's be honest. Juve went into locker down mode towards the end. XG 1.76 to 0.63. 22 to 7 on the shots. 3 to 2 shots on target. Big chances both at 2. Of course, they missed both, and we missed only 1. Passing is 438 at 86%. They definitely picked it up, and we dropped her down again to 340 at 81%. 7 to 11 on the fouls, and 13 to 2 on the corners. Listen, it seems like the regional Milan, at least for AC Milan, or Bergamo, Atalanta here, not having a great weekend. Both playing well, playing better than their opponents, but still getting shut out to their opponents at the same time. What does that mean for Inter Milan this weekend? I am not sure. But, 2 tough losses for both Milan and Bergamo. I mean, they're neighbors at this point, right? So, at this point, they've always been neighbors. About half hour away. Complete opposite to our home games against the likes of Lecce and Sassuolo. Due for this kind of one, couldn't have come at a better time. No, we were due for a game like this. And Krabasibi coming in, man. We Allegri'd the shit out of this game. Yeah, I've been calling that too the whole time. That's what it feels like. It feels like a classic Allegri match, but a 1-0 win. Again, Di Gregorio getting a clean sheet. Couple of big saves as well. Di Gregorio's back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm convinced of it. Jeremy Boga, what's his total now? What is Okay, let me click on Boga, see what he is at. 4 goals, 1 assist. Started 3 matches, 8 total. So that's 5 goal contributions in 3 starts and 8 total matches, 277 minutes played. That's a pretty good ratio, is it not? Best deal ever. Really is, though. Best fucking deal ever. Okay, look at the player scores. Yeah, De Ketelaere getting a 7-3. He had a great second half, honestly. Tried to make it happen. Ederson with a 7, Jim City with a 7. Everyone just kinda whatever, just okay. I mean, they didn't get what they needed to. They did play a decent game, but not enough. And the bench all 6s as well. Nothing really of note there. Our bench was all 6s. They just came on to do a job. Hoop was almost non-existent, honestly. Oh, fucking Coop. Di Gregorio, man of the match. Actually, they just changed that around. They were giving it to Boga at a 7-8. They bumped him to 7-9. Excuse me. And Di Gregorio getting the 8.3. I'll agree with that. Boga, I mean, he got the goal. He won the game. But at the end of the day, it was a bit of bullshit luck. He got right place, right time. It was dirty. It was messy. It wasn't beautiful. It counted. But I think what counted more was the fact that Atalanta were the better team today. And Di Gregorio made sure that the sheets were clean. So fuck it. Yeah, I'll give him my man of the match right there for sure. Back line, Kylie 7-9, Bremer 7-3, Kalulu 7. Cambiasu 7-1, Loka 7-6. He had a solid game too. Thuram 6-6. Yeah, he had an off match. Home to decent at a 7-2. Chico and Yildiz, yeah, we're not great. 6-6 and 6-3 respectively. So probably fairly fair. I would say that's fair. Top Mob did an okay job in their assessment today. I would agree with all that. For both teams, really. Our shooting boots are atrocious, though. Yes, they're on from like 10 meters, Loca with free shot from the edge of the box. What are they training again? Not shooting. They are not training shooting. Defensively, we did great. Offensively, we got bullshit lucky. It's one of those games, and you'd think. I mean, we've all said it. We probably don't deserve it, but we needed this kind of win. 2 man of the match in a row for Di Gregorio. Then it's a bit harder for last game because he came in at the 45 to give like a clear man of the match. But yeah, like he came out huge last game as well, and it is that much harder in that halftime and perform. So yeah, you know what? 2 in a row for Di Gregorio. David proved useful when he came on, but still gave the ball away like Bobby Boucher in his first game a few too many times. Yeah, he just had, like I said, a little bit more physicality, hold up. Just a little bit more, which Boga wasn't providing, and Boga is better out on the left. So it made it slightly better, yeah. Yeah, and West, of course, we lacked him a lot. Step late to the ball. Yeah, he bosses that midfield so hard. He's everywhere. He's got that physicality, which would have helped as well with those long balls. But fact of the matter is, yeah, okay, he accumulated 5 yellows, got the suspension. That happens, especially when you're like West with the amount of minutes he plays, with the amount of physicality and intensity that he plays. The fact that he had to sit this one out and get a bit of rest, and we still got the clean sheet win away from home is, in my opinion, perfect. Because he's just going to come back next week refreshed and ready to go. Okay, next week it's the Sunday 2:45 match against Genoa. So obviously we're going to be there. I know I've been lacking on content lately. When I'm on the road, even though I was only gone for 2 weeks, the week before and the week after is both kind of crazy. So I will slowly get more into the swing of things. Absolutely The watch-alongs. I love doing the watch-alongs. We're doing that regardless. They're on the weekend. Did I say? I do this. I mix up the lunch meats constantly. Bologna, and Genoa. Oh fuck! I did it again. Okay, so Bologna next week, Sunday 2:45 or the 8:45 Central European time. Same colors, both from the deli counter. Both mid-table teams. Fucking hate me for it. But we'll be there one way or another. All right. If anything crazy comes out this week, of course, we're going to do something. I should have a bit more time this week. If not, definitely next week for sure. We'll start picking back up here again with the channel one way or another. And if not, worst case, I will see you on Sunday for that match. So I have to remind everyone once again, because I know tons of you are watching from X. Tons of you are. I'm going to find out here in just a second how many of you actually are. 244 out of the 250. Guys, X people, X, you can chat. You can talk to me, Like, I know a couple of you have, but come on, get into the chat and follow us over on YouTube or any platform, whichever one you prefer. But you can pursue whichever one. YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and Assist. Follow, share, like, subscribe, bash the button, whatever the buttons are. Links to everything down in the description. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I mean, it was a nervous one from beginning to end, but enjoyable nonetheless. And thank you for everyone down in the chat for just hanging out with me today and allowing me to enjoy. It's boring. Honestly, I don't enjoy just sitting there on the couch watching by myself. I'd rather do it with you guys. So love it. Love it. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, Forza Juve, Fino alla fine. And see you on the next one.